The iO Series 2 has dentist recommended features, looks good and feels comfortable in the hand. Most importantly, it cleans the teeth well. Achieving over 5 weeks of use on a single charge in my testing, it has the best battery life of any Oral-B brush I have used. It's a good toothbrush and does the job it needs to do. I like that it is the most affordable choice in the iO range, but I think the iO3 is a better buy for many. Available in 3 colours, the iO2 has the same smooth touch finish to the plastic handle like other iO devices. It looks more premium in my opinion than Oral-B's Pro, Smart and Genius models, as it doesn't have a gloss finish. There is a lack of textured surfaces, but somehow the handle doesn't feel at all slippy in the palm. Those with dexterity issues might find it a bit harder to hold onto though. Unlike all other iO models, the Series 2 does not have the light ring around the neck of the brush handle. This also means it does not have the advanced pressure sensor that other variants boast. Where the iO3 and above use different colours in the light ring to show when I am applying insufficient, correct and excessive force, the iO2 does not do this. With the Series 2, it only alerts me when I apply too much force. It does so by illuminating an LED within the power button red. The issue here is that it is nigh on impossible to see, and with no other sound or vibration changes, I don't really know if I am brushing too hard or not. Hence I am drawn to the iO3's pressure sensor configuration as it's more noticeable. If you are blind, none of the iO series have a way of alerting you if brushing too hard. I'd suggest considering Sonicare handles as these vibrate differently when the sensor is active. Another change compared to other iO models is that the iO2 will not illuminate a light on the handle to tell me when a new brush head is required. I have to remind myself the old-fashioned way by putting a reminder in my calendar. Whether you're an existing Oral-B brush user or not, it's important to know that the brush heads the iO2 uses are different to Vitality, Pro, Smart and Genius models. A head for an Oral-B Pro model won't fit the iO2 or vice versa. Not only is the fitting different, the iO heads are about 10% larger. It hasn't posed much of an issue for me, but it is noticeable. If you have a particularly small or cramped mouth, then it might be something to consider. Nonetheless, the heads do a great job of cleaning along the gum line and removing plaque and bacteria from the tooth surfaces. I can't really fault them. My mouth has felt clean and fresh after each use. What is noticeable, having used all iO models and other Oral-B brushes, is that I don't get quite the same invigorating deep clean feeling as I do with other brushes. It's far from a deal breaker and it's not necessarily better or worse, just different. I was happy enough, but have yearned for that extra oomph other models offer. If you're an existing Oral-B user, you may notice the difference too. If you're a new electric brush user, I think it's less of an issue. If anything, it's a blessing as it eases you into the increased power of going electric. I also suspect those with sensitive teeth and gums will welcome this. Oral-B's customer services team explained that the iO2's motor is different to help Oral-B offer the iO2 at a more affordable price point. Like any reptile brush, the iO2 has a dentist recommended 2-minute timer and pacer. I'd struggle to use a brush without such. They encourage longer, even brushing. There are 3 cleaning modes to choose between on the iO2. They are super sensitive, sensitive and daily clean. There is a noticeable difference in the power of each. There are no cleaning mode labels or icons on the brush handle, therefore it's almost impossible to tell which of the 3 cleaning modes I have selected unless I pay particularly close attention to the LED in the power button that flashes a different number of times depending on the mode selected. There is no option to change the mode prior to turning the brush on, but I can set it so that it defaults to my preferred mode. This is a nice touch. The iO2 is not a smart toothbrush, meaning it has no Bluetooth connectivity and doesn't connect to a smartphone via an app. It has no real-time tracking like some other premium iO models. I actually like the lack of extra features. It keeps me focused. It also seems to pay dividends with the battery life. I achieved over 5 weeks use when brushing with the daily clean mode twice a day. This is far better than any other iO handle I've used, which at best have achieved just shy of 3 weeks. Given my iO2 has a 600 mAh battery compared to the 750 mAh in the iO3, I was quite surprised. For those interested, it is a lithium-ion battery inside the water-resistant handle. A 2-pin charging stand is provided. It can take up to 24 hours to recharge the battery, but feedback on the battery level is given via an LED in the power button. It's not quite as quiet as other iO models, registering at 72 decibels in my testing, but use the sensitive modes rather than the daily clean, and it's a touch quieter. The noise the iO2 makes is a little less mechanical sounding than many other Oral-B brushes. The retail price for the iO2 is $58 or $65 for the widely sold starter kit, which includes an extra brush head. It is that starter kit that works out better value at the time of recording. It's averaging at about $55. Based on the initial purchase price alone, the iO2 isn't a bad choice, but when factoring in replacement brush heads, it becomes quite expensive compared to the similarly featured Oral-B models like the Smart 1500 or Pro 1000. An iO brush head costs on average $12 each compared to the $5 for non-iO models. I can't see any justifiable benefit for this premium. Over 3 years you could save about $50 by opting for the Pro 1000 for example, and you're not compromising on cleaning results. If you are happy to pay a premium, then I'd encourage you to part with about another $10 and get the iO3 instead. The battery life isn't as good, but it has a more powerful motor to give a more invigorating clean. It has the advanced pressure sensor and brush head replacement reminder system. UK and European prices haven't been announced at the time of recording. I suspect it will be a similar situation when they are. My better value choices are the Pro 3 or the iO Series 3. I will pin a comment below once prices have been announced. Links to buy the iO2 and my preferred choices are available in the description.